long ago at the summer picnic of 2012 that I found myself squeezed onto a small blanket with about 10 others discussing the possibility of getting to know each other better. We would have thought that maybe we had gotten close enough in just that moment that maybe we wouldn't want to get to know each other any better. But yet several months later, about 7 of us decided that we would form a group and that we would begin working through the soul-to-soul curriculum. Let's be honest, we had no idea what to do with that. So we asked Angela, she lead our first session. As you know, she's an expert in that area. She shared with us that this congregation, you guys, we're so excited about the formation of our small group. And we made a decision to purchase us our very own chalice. And as she shared with us about the journey that that chalice had taken and all of the people who had helped it along its way to make it to us for that one evening. And I was incredibly honored that this congregation had thought of us and valued us, and in a deep way wanted us to be part of this community. It would be month after month that we would get together and get to know each other, and I would be inspired by my peers' openness and vulnerability. A vulnerability that is very, very rare in this city. We discovered that our lives had more similarities than we probably expected, and that we're facing many of the same challenges. We'd also soon discover that we had the same general unease about being called young adults. So this term, of course, comes from the CUC, and yes, it means people who are 18, 35. It didn't fit for us. So, of course, after several Facebook messages, we decided to meet one Sunday after coffee hour to wordsmith ourselves a new name. It might be hard to believe, but it took us one meeting and 20 to 30 minutes before we officially decided to call ourselves the 20-somethings. Which, the term 20 is really just the mergence of our age ranges, 20 and 30. And because we didn't want to exclude anyone, we decided to add something. So you could be 20, 30, or something. We started out as a really small group, and it's been incredible to watch us grow by leaps and bounds. And just this morning, I saw that our Facebook group has now become 50 people. 50! It's incredible. But lately, I've also noticed that the conversations that I have with other 40s end up revolving around the topic of this congregation's future. Like you, we understand the incredible significance that the decisions that we will make will have on our future. We understand that the plans that we make will be the future that we live out. And though it seems daunting, I am incredibly excited by the ideas and the dreams that my peers have. I want you to know that Twerdy's dream about a future where our building operates as a central hub, in which small businesses and creative startups can rent space, and that they can share the equipment that we already need as a congregation to operate. We dream of helping people thrive through having a community food garden, rent gear to income cooperative housing, or what about a collaborative live workspace? We believe in a place that can offer you coffee, not just on Sunday. We dream of a building that would allow us to generate enough income through innovative partnerships that we could rest assured we're going to make it in the long run. I personally dream of a building that is net energy positive, which means that we could make so much energy through green technology that we'd actually be pumping it back into the grid. My generation is also keenly aware of the investment it would take to pursue this future, and that we would seriously need to overhaul our current financial situation to make it possible. As Gina shared with you last week, for the last several years, this congregation has had to dip into its savings to make ends meet. And my generation knows all too well about financial insecurity. It seems more and more normal for us to find ourselves employed one day and unemployed the next. We know what it's like to have to make sacrifices and to survive through lean times. We also know that these stressful and difficult times have made us more resilient. especially more creative with our money. This year, on November 3rd, the Canvas will launch a brave new idea to help us move beyond survival here at First. We'll be asked if we're able to commit to giving 2% of our gross income to help First thrive. For me, I've already begun the number crunching. And I was surprised to discover that giving my 3% will only mean I need to reduce my coffee intake. And that I'll probably need to plan more appropriately so I don't have to stop off for a bite to eat between commitments. Or shall I say, committees. I also believe that all the work that was done in this congregation with Angela and Sean and all the staff is well worth less coffee and more personal time. I challenge you this year to